On a Sunday afternoon in September 2024, former President Donald Trump was playing golf at Trump International Golf Club in West. Shots suddenly rang out. What initially seemed like a peaceful day on the links quickly turned into a tense security situation. Secret Service agents rushed to protect the former president from a potential assassination attempt. According to Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, the incident unfolded when a Secret Service agent spotted the muzzle of an AK-47 style rifle. The agent was positioned one hole ahead of Trump as part of standard security protocol. The rifle was protruding from some bushes approximately 300 to 500 yards away from where Trump was golfing. The agent immediately engaged the suspect, who then fled the scene. Fortunately, Donald Trump was unharmed. He was swiftly escorted to his nearby property. Law enforcement launched a manhunt for the suspect. In the bushes where the gunman had been hiding, agents discovered an AK-47 rifle. The rifle was equipped with a scope. They also found 2 backpacks hanging on a fence and a GoPro camera. The presence of these items suggested that the suspect may have been planning to document or even live stream the assassination attempt. Thanks to a witness who provided information about the getaway vehicle, deputies were able to track down and apprehend the suspect. The alleged would-be assassin was identified. He was pulled over and arrested just over the county line in neighboring Martin County, about 45 minutes after fleeing the golf course. Newly released body cam footage shows Ralph surrendering to police with his hands in the air and his shirt pulled up. This was presumably to show he was unarmed. Ralph made his first court appearance in federal court in West Palm Beach shortly after his arrest. He has been charged through an FBI criminal complaint with 2 federal gun crimes. The charges are possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. These charges carry potential prison sentences of up to 15 years and 5 years, respectively. Ralph has not yet entered a plea. Observers in the courtroom noted that he appeared calm and collected during the proceedings. Due to his lack of funds or assets, the judge explained that Ralph is entitled to a federal public defender. A background check on Ralph revealed a lengthy criminal history dating back to the mid-1980s, primarily in North Carolina. Public records show he has faced approximately 86 cases in the Guilford County court system alone. Charges ranged from reckless driving to possession of controlled substances and stolen goods. One particularly concerning conviction from 2002 involved a charge of possessing a weapon of mass destruction. This reportedly referred to a fully automatic machine gun Ralph had during a standoff with police. As investigators dig deeper into Ralph's background and possible motives, a complex picture is emerging. Ralph reportedly lived most of his life in North Carolina before moving to Hawaii in 2018. He and his son previously operated a company that built sheds. In recent years, Ralph had been vocal on social media. He was particularly vocal about the war in Ukraine. He even traveled to Ukraine in April 2022, where he was photographed at a small protest in Kiev. He held a sign that read, "Please world, we need everyone here. This is good against evil. These children want normal lives." It continued, "We cannot tolerate corruption and evil for another 50+ years and Russia for our kids." Sources close to the investigation suggest that Ralph may have been upset with former President Trump's perceived stance on the war in Ukraine. Interestingly, Ralph's political views appear to have shifted over time. He reportedly supported Trump in the 2016 election. Later, he publicly recanted that support. His social media posts show a mix of political leanings. This included support for some Democratic candidates and criticism of both major parties. The incident has reignited discussions about the security of former presidents and the resources allocated to their protection. House Speaker Mike Johnson called for increased Secret Service protection for Trump. He stated that Trump is the most attacked, the most threatened, even probably more than when he was in the Oval Office. President Joe Biden seemed to agree, directing his team to ensure the Secret Service has all necessary resources and protective measures. This was to ensure the former president's safety. This attempted assassination comes just 9 weeks after another shocking incident where Trump was shot in the ear by Thomas Crooks. This occurred during a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The proximity of these two events has raised serious concerns about the safety of political figures and the potential for copycat attacks. In response to the golf course incident, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has launched a separate investigation. It will be led jointly by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Florida Highway Patrol. Additionally, Senator Rick Scott has proposed legislation to increase security for former presidents. The FBI, which is taking the lead in the investigation, faces the challenge of not only piecing together the details of this specific incident. They must also work to prevent future attacks. This involves coordinating with multiple agencies, including the Secret Service and local law enforcement. The goal is to gather and share intelligence effectively. As the 2024 presidential election approaches, there are growing concerns about the potential for political violence. The two recent attempts on Trump's life, combined with other threats from both domestic and international sources, have put law enforcement agencies on high alert. They must now balance the need for increased security with the challenges of protecting political figures during a contentious election season. The incident has also sparked a broader conversation about the state of political discourse in the United States. The apparent ease with which individuals with extreme views can access weapons and attempt to harm public figures is deeply troubling to many observers. It raises questions about the role of social media in radicalizing individuals and the need for better mental health resources and intervention strategies. As the investigation continues, law enforcement agencies are likely to scrutinize Ralph's online activities, personal connections, and any potential links to extremist groups. They will also be working to determine if he had any accomplices or if there are other individuals who might pose similar threats. The Secret Service, in particular, will be reviewing its security protocols to identify any potential gaps. These gaps allowed Ralph to get so close to the former president. The fact that he was allegedly near the golf course for 12 hours before the incident raises questions about perimeter security and surveillance methods. For Donald Trump, who is once again a candidate for the presidency, these security threats add another layer of complexity to his campaign. While he has sought to project strength in the wake of the incident, telling supporters, "Fear not, I am safe and well, and no one was hurt, thank God." The reality is that his public appearances may need to be curtailed or significantly altered to ensure his safety. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing threats faced by political figures in the United States. It highlights the challenges of protecting them in an increasingly polarized society. As the nation moves closer to the 2024 election, law enforcement agencies, political campaigns, and the public at large will need to remain vigilant. They must guard against the threat of political violence. In the coming weeks and months, we can expect to see increased debate about gun control, mental health resources, and the role of social media. The focus will be on how these factors contribute to radicalizing individuals. The incident may also lead to changes in how political events are organized and secured, potentially impacting the nature of campaigning in the United States. As the legal process unfolds for Ryan Wesley Ralph, and as investigators continue to unravel the full story behind this attempted assassination, the nation will be watching closely. The outcome of this case and the measures taken in its wake could have far-reaching implications. These implications could affect political security, public safety, and the very nature of American democracy in the years to come.